Today is 623rd day that I'm here to share lessons and learn, and I'm learning how this has to support your dreams, your goals, and allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I was going back to emotions, because of course if you want to feel some certain emotions, you need to be intentional. You don't want to accept your emotions. You say, okay, I don't like my emotions, I want to change that. And I want to change the emotions that I want to feel. So I need to look for ways how I could feel those emotions. So today I want to speak about bliss. To be honest, I was afraid of this emotion, bliss. It's a very complicated emotion, it seemed like it. And I kept, for the last couple of weeks, thinking how I could learn to share bliss. But if that means that, if for me it's hard to explain bliss, that means I do not experience bliss a lot of times in my life. Because how are you supposed to be feeling something that you're not able to explain? So, the last couple of weeks, I really thinking, what I able to do to bring more bliss into my life. And I was looking at your description. What is the best description of bliss? And I'd love to read because I really love this description of the bliss. And bliss is extreme happiness, joy, or contentment. Extreme happiness. That means how we could bring that joy and contentment, extreme joy, into our lives more and more, because our life is short, and we want to bring extreme happiness, not just happiness. We want to be top 1% in whatever we do. I'm very competitive. So that means if I want to bring every aspect of my life above average, I want to bring joy into my life above average as well. Now, bliss is associated with profound sense of inner peace, tranquility, and fulfillment. Like for me, inner peace is one of the major things that I'm always looking for. That is very, very important. That's why I do not rush, do not struggle. I always want to understand and focus how I could bring that more inner peace. And that's this bliss. I was really inspired that bliss is associated with profound sense of inner peace, tranquility, and fulfillment. And the last one is that it's deep sense of satisfaction and harmony with themselves and their surroundings. So deep satisfaction with themselves and surroundings, and being able to be in satisfaction with yourself and surroundings is not that easy. A lot of times you disappoint about your skills, about your looks, about your career, about your financial state, about your relationships. There's all the things that you are able to be dissatisfied. At the same time, you can be dissatisfied with other people, what they do, but being able to really have that inner peace and joy and care about yourself and about others, that is a beautiful thing. So that, of course, I want to have more bliss into my life. So I'll share 10 things that you can do to really bring more bliss into your life. So first one is watching a beautiful sunset or sunrise. Now, it seems simple, watching a sunrise or sunset, but when was the last time that you really were intentional about sitting down and watching sunrise, watching sunset? Because a lot of times you're able to go through the day and be able to see with the corner of your eye the sunrise and say, oh yeah, I saw sunrise. But did you spend the time to really enjoy the sunrise? Especially or sunset, because sunset is the one thing that most time people are able to see because they're still working, or they're coming back. While sunrise is a little bit different. You need to put a lot of effort to do that because you need to wake up at 5 a.m. to be able to do and see the sunrise. And that means that you need to put effort to get bliss. But if you wake up at 5 a.m., you sit down and you look at sunrise. It's amazing because that morning when no one is moving yet, and that the beautiful colors when you're able to see the sunrise, it really creates a lot of bliss, at least for me. Second is holding a newborn baby. Of course, this is a different. You're not able to have every single day newborn a baby, but at the same time, are you want to be a dad? Are you want to be a mom? Do you work on yourself to become the best version of a dad or mom? Because I could tell you that when your life is figured out, when you don't have any difficulties in your life, when you have less difficulties, it's much more blissful and joyful to have a newborn baby because you know that you will be able to take care and provide for that baby. Being fully immersed in activity you love. So, how many activities do you do that you love? Because I found that sometimes because people pursue their dreams, they don't do many things that they truly love. And I think that is very important to really live a blissful life, to really find activities that you love and pursue them. Number four is sharing a deep and meaningful connection with loved one. Now, people spend their time with loved ones all the time, every single day. But how many times do you immerse in that connection? That really you and I and nothing else. You and I and nothing else. That's when you really have that deep, meaningful connection. Because if you're watching a movie or do something that is not immersing in a connection, of course you're spending time together, but you do not invest time into each other. And when you invest time into each other, that's where the blissful life is coming in. Experiencing breakthrough. Number five is experiencing breakthrough. That means that if you want to experience a breakthrough, that means that you need to suffer and challenge yourself on some certain things. That means it could be a career, breakthrough career, in your weight, in your growth, in your skill. What you're working on. Because if you're not working on anything, you're not able to have breakthrough. So that means if you want to experience bliss through breakthrough, you need to start working on some things. And I think let's work on that, because sooner or later, if I will put a lot of consistent work, I will have that consistent breakthrough, and of course I will have achieved bliss. Number six is being in nature. Being in nature is in general, I don't know, for me, being in nature is really blissful. Because when you are like by the lake, it could be like a wind. It's when you're really able to be present in the nature. It's such a beautiful thing. It's animals, it's trees, it's clouds, it's blue skies. There's so many things that is beautiful when you're able to be present and see all those things. Because those things are every single day, but not every single day you're able to be present and really enjoy the moment. Number seven is engaging in act of kindness. This is probably one of the easiest way to really live a blissful life. When you ask yourself every single day, what kind of act of kindness could I do today? Maybe say word of encouragement. Maybe you're able to donate. Maybe you're able to give energy. Maybe you're able to. There's so many different lists that you're able to create. Maybe you're able to look for charity and give your time. So find a way how to give act of kindness. Number eight is take a moment for self-care. So that means that relaxing bath, meditation, because we need to invest in ourselves. We need to take, because a lot of times people work very hard or they do not work very hard. When you need to really give yourself some time to reflect and meditate, have some bath, because that could be a blissful moment for yourself. Because I know a lot of people who all they want is a moment for themselves. Number nine is reflecting and appreciating the simple joys of life. Now, this is similar to nature, because you need to be present to enjoy simple things of life. Do you enjoy the food that you eat and cooking and the sounds of everything? Do you enjoy every single aspect? Maybe enjoying driving a car. For me, driving a car in the evening is a beautiful thing. Or when you go home and walking and the wind making sounds. Do you enjoy that? Do you see how beautiful it is sometimes to really look in those simple joys of life? Because every single time when you are able to be present and really that's the moment when you start to feel blissful. And last one that I want to mention then is engaging in spiritual practices that bring inner peace. So there's of course every person could have different spiritual practices. That could be faith, it could be meditations, but what kind of spiritual practices you are able to have? Prayer, like visualizations. Like there's a lot of times that people could find what works for them. Because when you work on spiritual life, because I remember that I used to not work on my spiritual practices in the past, and I was feeling that something is missing in my life. And when I started to pursue spiritual myself, I found what was missing, and it could be that someone like you is missing something as well to really live a blissful life, and maybe that is a spiritual. And really, spiritual is part of knowing yourself as well. What, how much do you know about yourself? Because the more you know about yourself, the more clarity you have about yourself, the more you pursue your life based on that clarity, the more blissful you can be. So I shared quite a lot. To be honest, I didn't expect that I will share that much about bliss and how to live a blissful life, because I really want to live a blissful life, because the definition of blissful life is tremendous. And I want to bring more bliss into my life. So I hope that you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.